What if your protein is mostly wasted? Your body may not absorb what you think it does. Welcome to Real Health Logic, your source for evidence-based health insights. Today, we are ranking proteins scientifically. Most people count grams of protein, but never ask how much actually absorbs into their body. Two scoring systems help us measure real protein quality with accuracy and scientific reliability today. The first system is PDCAAS, which stands for Protein Digestibility Corrected Amino Acid Score. It measures absorption. PDCAAS caps its score at 100%. That ceiling makes very different proteins look identical on paper. The second system is DAS, the Digestible Indispensable Amino Acid Score. This one has no ceiling. DIAS scores can go above 100%, giving a far more accurate picture of protein quality. DIAS measures absorption at the ileum, higher in the intestine, before waste processing affects the data results. This makes DIAS the more reliable tool for understanding what your body is truly absorbing from food. All our rankings today use DIAS scores primarily. This gives you the most honest and accurate information. Now here is something important before we begin. Cooking method affects protein quality more than most people realize. High heat can damage amino acids and reduce how much your body can actually use from food. Always keep this in mind as we go through each protein on our list today carefully. Let us start with a surprising one. Bacon scores around 142% on the DIAS scale. Yes, bacon technically scores the highest of any whole food protein source measured on the DIAS system. But before you make bacon your main protein source, understand that context matters enormously in this particular case. Bacon has a very poor protein-to-fat ratio. Most of its calories come directly from fat. Many commercial bacons also contain nitrites, nitrates, and various additives depending heavily on the brand you choose. Structuring your protein strategy around bacon would be a poor decision despite its impressive amino acid availability score. The science is the science. Bacon scores high. But it does not mean you should eat it daily. Next is whole milk powder, which scores around 143% and technically tops this entire list. Most people do not eat whole milk powder regularly, but its amino acid availability is remarkably and genuinely strong. It demonstrates clearly that dairy-based proteins are among the most bioavailable protein sources available to human beings. Now let us move into proteins you will actually build your diet around, starting with pork loin specifically. Pork loin scores approximately 139% on the DIAS scale. That is an elite-level score. Pork is one of the most consistently underrated protein sources in mainstream health and fitness conversations today. Its amino acid profile is remarkably complete. It is also lean, affordable, and genuinely versatile in the kitchen. If you have been sleeping on pork loin as a serious protein source, now is the time to reconsider. Next up is slow-cured ham, which also scores around 133% on the DIAS scale. This one surprises most people who hear it. Ham is not typically associated with high-quality protein sources, but the curing method makes a significant difference here. Slow curing preserves amino acid chains far better than industrial processing. Rapid high-heat curing with added chemicals reduces the integrity of the protein and likely lowers true bioavailability. Always choose traditionally slow-cured ham over commercially processed versions if protein quality is a priority for you. Now we come to whey protein concentrate, which scores approximately 133% on the DIAS scale. Whey protein concentrate earns its strong reputation in sports nutrition. These numbers confirm that reputation is well-deserved scientifically. It scores higher than its more refined counterpart whey isolate because concentration retains more naturally occurring cofactors supporting absorption. However, there is a real trade-off that many people experience when consuming whey protein concentrate regularly and consistently. It contains more lactose and fat than isolate. This causes bloating, water retention, and digestive discomfort in sensitive people. If you experience those symptoms with whey concentrate, you are not alone. Many people share this exact same experience. The good news is, there is a cleaner alternative that still scores impressively high. We will get to it shortly. Moving on, a roasted ribeye cooked at medium temperature scores approximately 130% on the Diaz scale. This is where cooking method becomes a genuinely important variable that most people in fitness never think about seriously. A ribeye roasted at medium temperature retains far more amino acid integrity than one cooked on a high-heat grill. Excessive heat denatures certain amino acids, reducing their availability to your body significantly and measurably, according to existing research. Beyond the protein score itself, beef brings a powerful micronutrient package that supports everything downstream from protein absorption today. You get bioavailable iron, zinc, vitamin B12, and naturally occurring creatine all in one single food source. These nutrients actively support the biological pathways that utilize protein inside your muscles and cells every single day. So beef is not just about protein numbers. It is about the full nutritional environment that surrounds that protein. Now we get to whey protein isolate, which scores approximately 125% on the Diaz scale overall. Yes, isolate scores lower than concentrate. The isolation process removes lactose, fat, and most dairy compounds from the final product. This makes whey isolate far gentler on the digestive system, especially for people who are sensitive to dairy products. For most people trying to build or maintain muscle consistently, whey isolate is actually the smarter and more practical daily choice. Here is an evidence-based tip that many people overlook entirely when building their protein supplementation strategy each day. Pairing whey isolate with omega-3 fatty acids has been shown in research to enhance muscle protein synthesis measurably. This simple combination delivers more muscle-building benefit than protein alone would provide on its own after training sessions. It is an easy and low-cost stack that is genuinely worth adopting into your daily nutrition routine. Also worth noting is the role of insulin here. Whey isolate causes a rapid insulinogenic spike after consumption. That spike actually helps shuttle amino acids into muscle tissue quickly, supporting faster muscle protein synthesis post-workout effectively. So even though isolate scores slightly below concentrate, its practical muscle-building effect in real life may actually be superior. Next on our list are whole eggs, which score approximately 122% on the Diaz scale overall. Eggs are one of the most nutritionally complete foods on this planet. Their protein quality clearly reflects that status. At 122%, eggs deliver an outstanding amino acid profile alongside a rich package of essential micronutrients. You get choline, B vitamins, and fat-soluble antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, all packed inside one single egg. Now here is an important nuance about eggs that most people in the health space completely overlook or ignore entirely. Cooking method meaningfully affects the bioavailability of egg protein. This is not a minor or insignificant difference at all. Hard-boiled eggs drop to approximately 110 to 113% on the Diaz scoring scale. Raw eggs test similarly in some studies. But raw eggs come with the real risk of avidin interference here. Avidin is a compound found in raw egg whites. It actively blocks the absorption of biotin in your body. The practical takeaway is simple. Cook your eggs gently. The difference in absorption between methods is modest but real. Safety, taste, and digestive comfort should guide your egg preparation choices more than chasing marginal bioavailability differences daily. Ground beef is next, and scores around 121% in its raw form on the Diaz scale. When cooked to medium, ground beef drops to approximately 110%. Heat reduces amino acid availability measurably here. Most people cook their ground beef fully, and reasonably so. but 110% is still an outstanding score. Add in the naturally occurring iron, zinc, B12, and creatine, and ground beef becomes one of the most complete foods available. It is not just about the protein number. Ground beef delivers a full spectrum of nutrients that amplify protein utilization significantly. Now let us talk about chicken breast, which scores approximately 108% on the DIA scoring scale today. Chicken breast is the universal symbol of clean eating for a very good and scientifically supported reason every day. At 108%, it earns its place on this list with a genuinely strong amino acid availability score. Its real advantage lies in the protein-to-calorie ratio. Few foods deliver this much protein with this few calories. This makes chicken breast exceptional for anyone managing body composition while trying to maximize total daily protein intake efficiently. Interestingly, chicken thigh scores slightly lower than chicken breast on the DIA scale in most available studies today. The higher fat content in thighs may slow gastric emptying and modestly reduce the rate of amino acid absorption overall. If maximizing protein bioavailability is your goal, chicken breast is the smarter cut to prioritize in your regular diet. Now let us address plant-based proteins honestly and fairly, because this conversation deserves clarity rather than ideology or bias. Soy protein concentrate scores approximately 98.5% on the DIA scale. It is nearly complete nutritionally. This makes it the strongest plant-based protein option on our list and a genuinely viable choice for many people. Fermented soy forms like tempeh and natto may improve digestibility further by reducing anti-nutrients present in unfermented soy products. If you consume soy protein, choosing fermented versions is likely the smarter and more gut-friendly approach for most people. Soy protein isolate scores approximately 90% on the DIA scale, slightly lower than its concentrated counterpart, interestingly enough. This mirrors the whey protein pattern where the isolation process, while producing purer protein, slightly reduces overall amino acid availability. Chickpeas score approximately 83% on the DIA scale. That is a meaningful drop from animal protein scores overall. Chickpeas are valuable for fiber content and various micronutrients, but they are not a reliable primary protein source alone. Their amino acid profile is incomplete. You do not get the full spectrum of essential amino acids from chickpeas alone. Consume chickpeas for their fiber and plant compounds, but pair them strategically with complementary proteins to close the amino acid gap. Now here is one of the most fascinating findings in the entire protein bioavailability research space today, worth understanding deeply. Combining proteins does not always improve the final outcome. Sometimes, it actually reduces amino acid availability in measurable and surprising ways. A mixed diet of wheat, peas, and whole milk powder tested at only 83% on the DIA scale. Remember that whole milk powder alone scores approximately 143%. That is a dramatic drop from combination eating. This suggests that certain food combinations may create digestive competition or inflammatory responses that reduce total amino acid uptake significantly. It is a compelling reason to think carefully about not just what you eat, but what you eat it alongside. Simplicity in protein sourcing may actually be more effective than complex mixed meals when bioavailability is your primary concern today. Now let us add two research-based insights that deepen your understanding of protein quality beyond what most content covers today. Leucine is one specific essential amino acid that acts as the primary trigger for muscle protein synthesis in your body. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition confirmed that leucine content is a key driver of muscle-building response. This is one major reason animal proteins outperform plant proteins in muscle-building contexts consistently across multiple research studies worldwide. Whey protein has one of the highest natural leucine concentrations of any protein source. That is why it dominates sports nutrition research. When choosing your protein sources, Leucine content is a variable worth understanding, alongside total protein and overall bioavailability scores together. The second research insight involves your gut microbiome and its direct measurable role in protein digestion and amino acid absorption daily. Research has demonstrated that the diversity and composition of your gut bacteria influences how efficiently you extract amino acids from food. Two people eating identical meals can have meaningfully different protein absorption outcomes based solely on gut microbiome health and diversity. This means gut health is not a separate conversation from protein nutrition. They are fundamentally and inseparably the same conversation always. Supporting your microbiome through dietary fiber, fermented foods, and targeted probiotics may directly improve how well you absorb protein daily. This is why people who eat clean but have compromised gut health still struggle to build muscle or recover properly. Fixing the gut is sometimes the missing piece in a protein strategy that looks perfect on paper but underperforms in reality. So the takeaway from everything we have covered today is this. Protein quality is about far more than grams on a label. Bioavailability, cooking method, food combinations, leucine content, and gut health all influence how much protein your body actually uses effectively. Prioritize high-scoring animal proteins like pork loin, whey protein, beef, and eggs as the foundation of your protein strategy. Be mindful of how you cook your proteins. Gentle to medium heat consistently outperforms high heat cooking for amino acid preservation. If you consume plant proteins, combine them strategically and support your digestion with fermented foods and fiber-rich dietary choices. And never underestimate the role of your gut. A healthy microbiome is one of your most powerful protein absorption tools available. If this kind of evidence-based breakdown is what you have been looking for, please hit the like button right now. It helps more people find content that is actually grounded in real science rather than fitness myths and marketing claims. Subscribe to Real Health Logic for more evidence-based health content published regularly. Your body deserves decisions built on actual science.